So, Philly in the Philippines. We're back on that subject for a little bit because I'm bored. And, I had a number of people contact me about all kinds of things concerning lady boys and this and this and that. And the one story for about Philly in the Philippines, it kind of stuck and kind of made sense after, he laughed at the Bronze Star being compared to a butthole, was Philly deserted from the army. Allegedly, weekend duty as a reservist or National Guard or one of the two, I don't know. But allegedly, Philly deserted. It was too hard. So I don't know if he deserted, quit, or actually, fulfilled his contract. But it is kind of funny and does kind of make sense that, 1 weekend a month would be too hard for Philly in the Philippines, right? Because he's got the thinnest skin I've ever seen on a human being. Well, maybe Hillary Clinton. I don't know. Maybe some chucklehead like that. But you got to admit, his skin is pretty thin. And, I had more than one person contact me and tell me that he didn't finish his full contract. So if you don't finish your contract and the army doesn't ask you to leave for a medical reason or something like that, what do you call that person? A deserter, a quitter, a loser? I don't know. But you tell me. I don't think I would lean towards deserter. I mean, I saw a lot of people quit and they got their clearance paperwork, but they didn't finish their contract, right? They just separated before the end of their contract, and some were called non-trainable, some were called this, some were called that, but they were all quitters, right? They were all like quitters. They were, it was all too, for all of them, that weekend duty was just too hard. Once a month, it was just too hard. Too hard to go drink coffee and stand around all weekend and get paid. I mean, yeah, sure, back in the day, pay on a weekend drill wasn't that much money. It was barely covered gas for some of us back in the 80s. But, I didn't join for the money. And if you join for the money, you shouldn't have joined the Army Reserve or National Guard, right? Especially back then. So Veterans Day is coming up, and you tell me, do you think Philly quit? Do you think he's a deserter? Do you think he fulfilled his contract? We've never really gotten a straight answer. He's always been cagey about it, his service. And, even if he did get his, paperwork, I would love to see the retirement points, because the retirement points is the paperwork that actually shows you if they did their entire duty. You can get a 214 or NGB 22 or your dismissal paperwork, separation paperwork, without doing your whole contract. And a lot of times they're, if they did anything negative, it was a lot more paperwork, right? If they said one negative word about you before you left, it was a lot more paperwork. So a lot of times they would just say, fuck it, do the paperwork and get out of here. But you were still a quitter. You were still a loser. Only once in my service did I see them go after somebody who wanted to leave early. And they went after him for good reason. They sent him to a lot of expensive schools. And he intentionally went out and did things to lose his security clearance. And he had to have a security clearance not only to do his job, but even to be in the unit we were in. You had to have a clearance. And he intentionally, willfully did things to lose his clearance and told people and bragged about that. So they made an example out of him. But somebody like Philly probably wasn't even a cook like his buddy. You don't need a clearance to be a cook. Just saying. But you tell me. But as far as I'm concerned, Philly and his any Veterans Day thing he has to say, he can keep it to himself. I don't need thanks from somebody who quit. I don't need thanks from somebody who talks shit about the Bronze Star or let people talk shit about the Bronze Star and didn't say shit about it. To be clear, I don't care if you go after an individual Bronze Star, but when you make fun of all Bronze Stars, you say they're all shit. That's kind of a no, I'm not okay with that. And I know it's a little sticking point, but it's just another nail in the coffin that is filling the Philippines. He is just a sad individual, and this just helps prove that point. So if you're a veteran, appreciate you. If you're a veteran who didn't quit, appreciate you even more. And those of us that wrote the check to the United States government and never took it back, appreciate you the most. So enjoy your Veterans Day, and if you're near an Applebee's, it's not much, but the camaraderie to go rub elbows with some real heroes, or let some pogues rub elbow with you if you are one of those real heroes. It's worth your time to get out there. Back in the day, pre-war or post-World War II, we had the VFW. Guys would go once a month or once a week for a while. And even after Vietnam, that's where veterans got to get together and talk and bullshit. And about all we have left, minus a few who find a good VFW, is places like Applebee's on Veterans Day. So go drink a beer, go eat a steak, and make some new friends. Have a great day.